crypto replacing SWIFT. So we did speak earlier where you mentioned that it's not necessarily about replacing SWIFT, it's about complementing it. So let's get some more information on this.
Okay. I used to work for SWIFT. I was SWIFT for 20 years, so SWIFT is flowing through my veins. SWIFT is the preeminent messaging system for the financial industry, which covers, say, payments, FX, trade, in terms of securities, etc., NOSTA reconciliations, etc. What we're looking with the crypto, though, is where SWIFT would have a store and forward system for most of its payment transactions, where you need service level agreements that in a certain time I will do something, but payment turns up at a certain time during the day. Here we're looking at the new network styles, which allow instant, real-time movement of the funds and visibility of those funds as well. So we would not have a situation where banks need to come back to you and say, have my funds arrived? It's 3 days later. I need to find out or find query messages moving around the network. It's nothing like that. I don't believe Ripple is going to replace SWIFT. Ripple is one of the complementary networks, which is going to allow those institutions who need real time to make use of that. And I think we're also seeing that SWIFT are changing their network capability so that real time will be a possibility as well. But we may also see Ripple XRP moving across the SWIFT network as a currency when we're perhaps using something like FX.
Yeah, the tribalism in this industry is insane. So there's Bitcoin maximalists, but everybody agrees, like, XRP sucks, and I don't really get it, right? I mean, they're a legitimate company, they don't pretend to be something they're not, and they're really good at one thing, moving money fast and cheap. And it's fantastic, it fills a big need. And for a hedge fund like us to be able to denominate in Ripple and XRP, I just did the same thing, is really, really, really good. When we did our first close, we moved north of $50 million into the company in Ripple, in XRP, in like 2 seconds, and it cost 30 cents. Now, that is amazing. There's no way to do that with fiat or Bitcoin. There's just no way to do it that fast and that cheaply, and so it serves a really useful need for us. And then also when our LPs eventually redeem, hopefully never, but when they want some of the money back, we just send it in XRP again, and there's no 3-day wait for international wires or 1-day wait for US wires. We're not paying wire fees and all that. It's just, I don't understand why that's hard to understand. And so the religious wars aside, the tribalism aside, it does some things really well, and we love it for that. That being said, just because we're denominated in XRP, I'm not a special pleader for XRP. I don't work for them. The company itself is not our LP. Other people who had XRP are. I like them, I think they're great, but they're like less than 5% of our asset base at this point. Like, we do invest in XRP, but most of our investments are in other things.
Stellar just got mixed up in a global tokenization right here. Bam, shipping, okay? So you got this trading company that came in. They're going to be tokenizing U.S. treasuries, investment grade commercial paper, trade finance. Now they're working with Circle right here as well. Marco Polo, Ripple's heavily involved in that. So you got Stellar going on. Stellar is a Circle partner. You got the ex-COO and CIO of Barclays and Santander. Those are both Ripple partners right there. Let's look right here. There's their partners, Sino, Circle, Polygon. Some guys might want to grab that one. Check this out. USDC Stellar coming to Circle. This is an older article, but it's in the news today. This shipping company, trade organization, is tokenizing things. Now it's coming to fruition. Stellar is going to be it. And it also talks about Marco Polo Network in there. Well, guess what? BNY Mellon's in Marco Polo. And guess what? BNY Mellon, Ripple partner. Ooh, got it. Barclays is in that deal. Ripple and Barclays are partners. Yes. Also, Santander, like the article said, this crypto Hulk, I got to show.
CBDC trial. How far away are we from testing CBDC transactions between central banks to actual settlements?
So thanks for having me. Basically, the answer is we're there, and that's why the test was so important. So as you said, we study in our tracker project 105 central banks, what they're doing both on the wholesale and the retail side. What we always say is while 105 are doing it, it's important to note that 50 are in an advanced stage of development, meaning they're developing or piloting or fully launched. And that includes 16 of the G20 economies. So not just an emerging market story, an advanced economy story as well. And what we saw last week for the first time was real dollar amounts in excess of 22 million being settled between commercial banks, probably about 20 commercial banks across 4 countries. And we hadn't seen that before. We'd seen the technology tested, we've seen the hypothetical settlement, but we hadn't seen actual money in a serious amount flowing between countries. And here we saw it. The BIS proved it could be done in near real-time settlement across border between banks. Wholesale CBDC, we should note, this is different than China's ECNY, their retail CBDC, which gets so much attention. This is bank to bank, a totally different project called the Mbridge project, but equally important and potentially more important from a geopolitical standpoint. If we think of what's happening with Russia, Ukraine, and sanctions, we can talk about that more, but it's a really significant development in the world of central bank digital currency that they were able to settle millions of dollars cross-border over the past month, and the results announced last week.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Ooh, welcome back to WWTA News. Welcome back. Check out the interesting things going on. Yeah, man. Wow. What do you say to that? A lot of things happening with this CBDC ordeal. Of course, nonetheless, stable coins, the same process, and the cryptocurrency environment. Like, what do you say to all this news, right? Yeah. Wow, but nonetheless, we already knew this. So look, I'm gonna read this little just a little bit of it to help us all understand. Like, no matter what you see happening with the markets, like for instance, we look at the market and you just heard that it's like, okay, well, you have 22 million or 200 some million being used or something like that now by different countries involved with XYZ. Okay, we still aren't seeing they're using these minimum amounts as if they're doing wonderful things, right? But they're just trying this stuff out. They're not using they're not fully potential anything yet. They're just seeing how the things work, and they're trying to get an idea of how to use this stuff and will it work. So it's wonderful because you know what's coming. Hold in there because you know what's coming. So let me read this. I got it off Twitter. One of the subscribers, one of the people I subscribe to on Twitter, and they ISO something. I don't remember what it's called, but anyways, this person always posts wonderful information, and this just backs up everything that we talk about. So it's central bank digital currency in the MENA region, or MENA region. I would pronounce it MENA. It's a Ripple thing, and it says the rise of digital currency across the Middle East and North Africa region is in high growth mode. A 2021 report published in Gulf News noted that the United Arab Emirates regulator has made the issuance of a digital fiat a priority in its 2023 through 2026 roadmap. In consideration of this regional growth, Ripple established a headquarters in Dubai to support its customers, like Qatar National Bank and El Ansari Exchange, that are using RippleNet to improve cross-border payments. One reason that digital currencies are gaining traction in MENA is that many citizens are using mobile phones to carry out financial transactions. Blockchain-based central bank digital currency solutions would allow for integration with mobile apps, enabling greater financial inclusion for its citizens. Over and over and over, we're going to hear and see more articles that talk about this. We see it in Africa. You're going to see this with all the BRICS nations. I mean, you're going to see it with the United States as well. You know what I'm saying? But it's just awesome to see that whether your thoughts, my thoughts, doesn't matter. The fact is that this is the new system. It's a done deal. You know, the best thing you can do is learn it and understand it and prepare yourself for it, right? You look at here, this example of XRP, or the Ripple network that is being used. Now, I don't know, apparently you need XRP to use the Ripple's network, right? Unless you do something else, and that's what Flare and Songbird are creating through their through the dApps they create with that stuff and contracts. But nonetheless, you're seeing it all happen. Not a maxi, whatever it is you like, it's your business. But just understand that, like you saw in these videos, the technology is what these institutions are after. They don't care about who likes what. They want the best technology that can do what they need most efficiently and effectively and cost friendly. All right. So just absorb all that stuff that you just saw and heard in this little clip right here, and make decisions that'll better you, your loved ones, friends, and family going forward in the future, and take advantage of these things. Most people don't even tune in to information like this. Most people are just living their life normally, not paying attention to anything, and they'll miss out. But you take advantage of all these things that you've seen, heard, and you've learned, and you make the best decisions for your future. Man, I'll catch you all in the next episode.